1,285 social housing units will be completed in the upcoming financial year. And then, Mr. Speaker, sir, we hear members of the opposition criticizing where are those housing units? We can't see them. Well, we don't build 12,000 houses in one financial year. And then let me remind them, as rightly pointed out by the Deputy Prime Minister in a specific question that was laid to him. From 1991 to 2019, all the governments that came in power, there was approximately 14,451 housing units that were built in that period of time. 14,451. But only 1,900 in 2005 to 2014. Pendant 10 ans, Monsieur le Président, 1,900 seulement. And then they come and say, how are we going to build those 12,000 houses? I see Honorable Osman Mohamed looking at me. Yes, he was at the NIDC. He knows those figures. 9.4 billion rupees to improve the water supply in the country. The creation of 2 economic pillars, namely the green energy industry and the biotech and pharmaceutical industry. And the list goes on and on, Mr. Speaker, sir. This budget is proof that we are addressing issues in the country, proof of our commitment towards economic growth, and proof that we are investing in the future even in difficult times. And this budget, when I read the press, I read reports, has been welcomed by the business community. The Business Mauritius, in their communiqué, what did they say? La stratégie annoncée par le ministre des Finances jette les bases pour une relance durable de l'économie et une refonte de nos principaux secteurs d'activité pour consolider notre résilience. Enseignons. What did they say? Minister Padayati resisted to the temptation to balance his budget for the next fiscal year. This alone goes towards restoring confidence, critical to the boosting investment and consumer spending. PricewaterhouseCoopers, they stated in their document, with rising tax rates around the world, we commend the minister for not adopting a similar measure and relying on the buoyancy of the economy to boost collections. And go again, Deloitte. The finance minister has presented a roadmap for taking the national economy out of the current fragile and unbalanced growth environment. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, when we read around, we see positive comments are coming all sides, except from the opposition. I can understand the members of the opposition, they are most probably busy deciding who will be the next prime minister among their 4 or 5 or 6 leaders that they have. Based on statement, Mr. Speaker, sir, that we read in the press, it seems to me that I have been reading du réchauffé on their side. It looks like members of the other side of the House are lacking solid documents to criticize the budget. Because the truth is, this budget is built for the future. Let's take some example. Mr. Speaker, sir, the leader of MMM, at least for the past decade or more, he has been using the same arguments. Rassi, 2009, I have it here. What did he say? Un budget reparking et beaucoup de blablabla. Remove un budget frivole et fade, pardon. Un an après, qu'est-ce qu'il a dit? En 2013. Budget ficette. Il qualifie même le ministre des Finances d'alors, l'honorable Duval, de ministre coupé de la réalité. Un an après, en 2013, il dira que ce budget est un bluff et que le ministre des Finances, encore une fois l'honorable Duval, est quelqu'un qui manque de vision et d'ambition. Et aujourd'hui, il trouve en lui quelqu'un qui a de l'espoir, avec son alliance de l'espoir. Mais, Monsieur le Président, le peuple jugera si cette prétendue alliance sera vraiment une alliance de l'espoir ou de désespoir. En 2015, il poursuit sa débandade en disant que le budget est terriblement décevant. 2016, c'est un budget irresponsable et dangereux. En 2018-17, rien de sérieux, que du blablabla pur et simple. Ce qu'il avait dit en 2010. Probablement, il a retrouvé ses notes entre-temps de 2009-2010. 2018, un budget décousu, un budget décevant. 2019, un budget décevant. 2020, un budget décevant. Monsieur le Président, c'est dommage que le leader du MMM n'a jamais trouvé un budget qui mérite d'être félicité. Pendant plus d'une année, pas nécessairement quand le MMM est au pouvoir, pendant plus d'une décennie. Bien sûr, sauf en 2004, lorsque l'honorable Pravin Jugnauth était ministre des Finances, où l'honorable Béranger avait trouvé et a dit bravo, c'était un coup d'essai, un coup de maître. Asté tcha-tcha, Monsieur le Président. Mr. Speaker, sir, on this side of the House, I congratulate my honorable friend, Minister of Finance, for thinking out of the box. Pour ne pas dire en dehors du boîte, comme disaient certains à l'époque. So I was saying his vision for the future by creating new sectors like biotech, like...
What is happening? The minister is making his speech. Quiet on both sides. You have a point of order?
Yeah, I was addressing myself to the Honourable Minister, and he addressed unparliamentary words towards me.
So
Did you hear?
Excuse me. You don't have the right to address yourself to the... You already condemned yourself, please. And I don't want anybody to make any comment. Please.
So I was saying, Mr. Speaker, sir, his vision for the future, like creating new sectors, like the biotech, like the green energy, is commendable. opposition is saying that this initiative will not happen in their various statements that they said. But they need to know we are planting the seeds today to be able to reap the fruits in the future. This government is showing determination in creating these new industries that will potentially create jobs and attract FDI. Because we believe in the potential of our economy. We believe in the potential of our youth. We believe in the potential of each and every citizen in this country. And it is very sad to hear Honorable Boulel on a private radio just after the budget debates, the budget speech, that the proposed new economic pillars of biotech and green energy industry will not succeed. He said it. As Mauritius and Mauritian do not have competencies to enhance it. Monsieur le Président, c'est une insulte à l'intelligence des Mauriciens et sur le potentiel des firmes mauriciennes de penser qu'ils n'ont pas la capacité d'investir et de s'engager dans les nouveaux créneaux. En tout cas, we, on this side of the house, we never had an iota of doubt on the capacity of our citizens. And on the contrary to what Honorable Boulel said, we believe in their competencies. Mr. Speaker, sir, this reminds me of a quote of former US President Theodore Roosevelt. He said, and I quote, "It is hard to fail, but it is worth never to have tried to succeed," unquote. And we will not only try, Mr. Speaker, sir, this government will make it happen. Mr. Speaker, sir, as stated by the Minister of Finance during his budget speech, the ICT sector is one which has shown resilience despite the difficult situation with the COVID-19 pandemic. The sector has grown by 5.9% in 2020 and will continue to ensure sustainability and growth of our economy. With the coming into operation of the METIS fiber optic submarine cable and another new submarine cable by Mauritius Telecom, this will increase the resiliency of the country as regards to international connectivity and will help the ICT sector to grow and become more dynamic. For us to contribute toward the ICT sector, we are rethinking and reorganizing roles and responsibilities of various institutions of my ministry. And here, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to just a few words to reply to Honorable Lubin. In his intervention, he spoke about to redress the internet connectivity, broadband, we are lagging behind, etc., etc. Well, maybe he is not well-versed with the advances and progress the country is making in terms of connectivity, internet, and broadband. He is still talking about all things. Maybe he's in the same boat, he's getting used to saying all things like his partners. We are, Mr. Speaker, sir, one of the rare countries in the world who are embarking to deploy 5G connectivity in the short term. He's still talking about lagging behind, broadband connectivity, and so on. 5G connectivity will be soon a reality. Our citizens will be able to download videos in seconds in the future. This is where the country is going. Honorable Lubin mentioned about our ranking on innovation. Let me inform Honorable Member that in 2020, Mauritius climbed 30 places in the Global Innovation Index rating, from 82 to 52. We are advancing with all these initiatives we are taking. Mr. Speaker, sir, my ministry, we are coming with a complete re-engineering of the vital institution for them to be more effective in contributing to the development of the country. Sized to fit their new role in the current situation, but most importantly, to become more efficient. This concerns the National Computer Board, the State Informatics Limited, the Mauritius Research and Innovation Council, and the Mauritius Post Limited. As mentioned in the previous budget, the process of restructuring the National Computer Board has already been initiated. The endeavor to restructure the NCB is a golden opportunity to make up with a state-of-the-art organization which will address the demands of the public and the private sector as a vehicle for promotion of ICT and capacity building. Also, necessary amendments will be brought to the NCB Act for it to become more dynamic. NCB has been created in 1998, and 30 years later, it is important to give a new re-engineering of the institution. Monsieur le Président, since the proclamation of the MRIC Act in 2019, the focus of the MRIC has shifted from an academic research towards applied research and innovation. In the new normal, where research, development, and innovation, RDI, are keywords and action for economic, industrial, and social development, there is a dear need for the MRIC to affirm itself as the apex institution, not only to coordinate, promote, and advise on RDI, but to be instrumental to lead, develop, and implement these strategies through a number of actions and activities. In the same vein, the budget makes provision for 125 million rupees to finance various research projects. Therefore, there is an urgency in providing the MRIC with the most appropriate tool and mandate to vitalize national research and innovation. On the other hand, a restructure plan has been laid for the State Informatics Limited by my ministry. This plan aims at retooling SIL to respond more effectively and efficiently to the new business environment, delivering high-quality IT solutions to the public and the private sector. Mauritius Post Limited, Mr. Speaker, sir, has also been constantly engaged in revamping and adapting its services to better serve the population. And here, I cannot not mention the distribution of pension door to door of our seniors during the confinement period was a challenge, but it was done brilliantly. The Mauritius Post Limited have to reinvent and rethink its business model and venture into niche markets such as e-commerce and others. Mr. Speaker, sir, I am currently reviewing the very structure of my ministry. The Mauritius Digital Transformation Agency, as announced in the last budget, is becoming a reality. And in this endeavor, we are availing services of consultant of the e-Estonia Academy, together with local expertise, because we believe in the local compared to some people. This will become the apex body for championing digitalization of the public service. Departments like the Central Informatics Bureau, the Central Information System Division, the IT Security Unit will be brought under the MDTA. The Government Online Center, GOC, which is the data center for government, will also be taken under this umbrella. The new NCB, the new SIL, the new POST, and the new MDTA will champion all together the ICTs in the national economy and emerge as a world-class institution aligned with the grand vision of Mauritius as a regional ICT hub. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me share with the House projects that my ministry has completed, as well as those that are currently being undertaken in the whole mouvance for digital Mauritius. Connectivity and use of digital technologies are dynamic goals as we face the pandemic. With the swell of digitally enabled economic and social activity, COVID-19 has raised the stakes around digital access and engagement. And we are adapting ourselves to this. The digitalization of our economy also passes through having the payments of government become digital. As a matter of priority, as announced, the Registrar General Department, the NLTA, and the company's division will be upgraded to integrate mobile and contactless payment. Moreover, in December 2020, my ministry launched MoPass, which is a strong authentication platform for citizens. It ensures that citizens who wish to interact online with the government are authenticated. By using MoPass, a citizen has only one password to remember compared to before, where for every services they had to have a login name and a password, and it becomes difficult to remember. And this service of MoPass will be crucial when we embark on the e-health journey. Government is moving forward with the implementation of the e-health system, which will usher in a new age of digitalization for the health sector. With the e-health system, Mr. Speaker, sir, as rightly mentioned by my very capable friend, Honorable Jagat Pal, patients calling at the hospitals will have a digital experience with doctors assessing their health record online. Treatment can be captured well. Doctors would have proper information on time to be able to diagnose a patient. This transformation will quicken the processing at the hospital in a green, paperless environment. There will be no need to go and check out at the reception. There is no need that files are missing or x-rays are not found. All these documents, medical record, will be online. And needless to say, Mr. Speaker said that all these medical records will be secured using latest technologies. Mr. Speaker, sir, often when we need to sign documents, contracts, or permit, we have been doing so all the time with a paper and a pen. As we move ahead, transactions will be becoming more and more online. And such actions like signing documents must also be done online. For that purpose, digital certificates are used. To ensure wide adoption of digital certificates, my ministry has come up with a certification authority. It will be operated by the National Computer Board, and this initiative aims at making digital certificates available at affordable prices. The rest, competition will do. Mr. Speaker, sir, furthermore, my ministry intends to implement a chatbot. It is an artificial intelligence-powered software that can stimulate a text conversation with a user in predefined languages, English, French, and Creole. The objective is to respond to citizen requests and queries. It will provide information by creating one-stop platform for all their needs related to information, troubleshooting, or guidance on various government and e-government services, thus transforming their experience. No need to go in their office and wait for ask for information or calling any institution. All these can be done online with the chatbot. Moving forward, Mr. Speaker, sir, to tackle the issue of parking effectively, my ministry has initiated a smart parking project in Port Louis with a mobile application named Smart Parking. The app that will come in operation very soon will provide a means for drivers to make online payment for a smart parking slot instead of using those traditional parking coupons, and sometimes it's difficult to find one. So the smart parking will provide and ease all this process to park, to start with, in Port Louis. Mr. Speaker, sir, my ministry has implemented what we call a digital safe, known as MoCloud, which is a solution that will be launched very soon to allow citizens to access the digital version of public documents. Well, let us not here confuse with SCOF and a safe. Here we're talking about a digital safe that is on cloud. And over there we cannot put money, we put documents. For example, Mr. Speaker, sir, birth certificates, marriage certificates can be accessible in the future online using your smartphone, your tablet, or your computer. The documents can also be verified by the institution requesting for same. And authorities are also able to verify the validity of that digital document. This endeavor is in line with the digital transformation effort undertaken by this government and also its vision for a paperless environment. As the MoCloud service develops, it is expected to cover other documents that could be taken online, like the driving licenses, like the academic and professional certificates, the corporate and other statutory documents. All of these documents will become online. Instead of, for example, you go to take out the birth certificate, and we know, go to the civil status office, you go to the Mauritius Post to buy a stamp, you come back, all these will be eliminated, Mr. Speaker, sir, and it is going online. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Mauritius National Identity Card Scheme, MNIC, introduced in Mauritius in 2013, has now reached its end of life, as it has been in operation for almost 10 years. It is now high time to revamp the whole system. I wish to inform the House that the scheme originally comprised of the following components: the Central Database Population, the Certification Authority, the Mauritius National ID Card System, and shared infrastructure. Therefore, it is proposed to replace the current MNIC by a state-of-the-art technology with enhanced security features and which could be used to provide a wider spectrum of customized e-services. My ministry, which will be the technical arm of this project, and the Civil Status Division have already worked on this project, and as indicated, it will be implemented by 2023. Mr. Speaker, sir, access to internet is critical to realizing futuristic projects, and it has the potential to enhance educational quality in various ways. In this view, the government will be investing in deployment of Wi-Fi connection in 155 secondary schools in Mauritius and in Rodrigues. This project will allow our secondary students and teachers to interact on the online learning platforms The more so that the COVID-19 pandemic is urging a new normal in our learning and teaching habits. The budget for this project is earmarked under my ministry. I can share to the House, the Speaker, sir, that all the necessary specifications and documentations are ready. We are launching Appel d'offres anytime soon so that all the schools, secondary schools in Mauritius and Rodrigues are connected with Wi-Fi connection. Mr. Speaker, sir, this government has always believed in investing in new technologies. The government program provides for building the economy of the future. And we are creating a sine qua non condition to take our country to